Before the breakout of COVID-19, the world was doing better and had better predictions for economic growth in the upcoming years and a reduction in the poverty levels globally. This pandemic has changed the dynamic of living all across the world. No one can go out without wearing a mask on the face and keeping the hands sanitized all the time, and the lockdown thing. People are all locked in their homes to protect themselves. The COVID-19 situation has caused severe damage to the world economy.
The cost is huge. But secondly, I think even within the advanced world, it's interesting that countries which have not locked down nearly as rigorously, and Sweden stands out as the country that has, essentially not had a formal lockdown, actually has seen its economy shrink pretty much by the same amount as Denmark right next door, which had a much, much tougher lockdown. And that's, of course, partly because people behave in a way which reduces economic output. They're not spending, they're staying at home. But also because the overall kind of global economic environment has been hit so hard that has had knock-on effects.
And is similar to the economic situation that has been in the past during the Second World War. It cannot be related directly to the Second World War, but few things are common from that war: that there was no food left to eat because of the shortage of food supply. The post-war times are really bad after the Second World War. Similar to the situation in the present day, coronavirus has caused a surge in the poverty levels, especially in low to middle income countries. The poverty reduction was predicted before the pandemic breakout as 8.4% in 2019, 8% in 2020, 7.6% in 2021 and 6.3% in 2030. However, the stats completely changed after the coronavirus breakout happened, seeing the condition it is now predicted to increase to 8.4% in 2019, 9.9% in 2020.
The number of cases of the coronavirus in Canada has now risen over 5,000. Now, most of those cases are mild, but according to Health Canada, there are at least 188 people in hospital. We are now about to speak to one of those 188. Erin Lee.
Okay, it's been a slow but steady progression. I've never experienced any illness like this before in my life.
9.3% in 2021.
When the doctor came in and told me that the test was positive, I just started crying. My initial thoughts were, I don't understand. We stayed at home, we pulled him out of activities. That was immediately followed by, oh my gosh, he has coronavirus and he continues to get worse every single hour. Where is this headed and how bad is this going to get?
And after 10 years of the breakout is assumed as 7% in 2030. There is a list of countries that have increased poverty levels since the pandemic. India is at number 1 for having the highest level of poverty surge.
We are just humans, and at this point of time we are being told to do this. So it's really a depressing atmosphere, and I just want a break.
Nigeria is at number 2, and the list goes on. They have crossed the borderline poverty level.
The Lagos Health Commissioner saying hospitals have on occasion been close to not having enough oxygen canisters to meet demand.
A lot of people have lost their jobs due to COVID-19, and people who work on daily wages have no money to buy food for them because of lockdown in their respective countries. This lockdown ultimately raises the prices of food in the whole world, and the importing system had stopped due to COVID-19, which causes a surge in food prices, causing recession, especially impacting the developing countries. People are still dying every day because of the COVID-19.
Aquí estoy, Virgen. Aquí estoy. Ahora mismo.
People who are daily wagers going out in search of work to get some food for their families are ending up contracting coronavirus. And ultimately dying because of this disease, stress and depression, as they have no money for food or even no money to get treatment from hospitals. On March 11, 2020, WHO, World Health Organization, stated COVID-19 is a pandemic.
Therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic. Pandemic is not a word to use lightly or carelessly.
Almost the whole world shut down after the declaration of the pandemic, making the situation worse to date due to the new kind of coronavirus. Are things going to get back to normal, like people can go out without a mask, and will the government take responsibility for the poverty reduction caused by COVID-19? Furthermore, ever since the spread of COVID-19 started, North Korea's president takes strict action to close the borders, and no one is allowed to cross it if seen, and the security have the orders to shot that person on the spot. The shocking part is it is still closed, which makes the country more suspicious than ever. It is like a similar situation that happened in World War II, and the shortages of food have been started. And something fishy is going inside the border, because no one knows what is going inside. People are wondering and are curious about the COVID-19 situation in North Korea. Or will big organizations make efforts to overcome this pandemic on a global scale? Will economic growth get back to normal with time, or will it only worsen the situation?